we got to talk about somebody who probably didn't expect this Christmas present. Vin Diesel.
You don't turn your back on family.
Fast and Furious, all this stuff. Man, he just got hit with a big Me Too allegation stemming from 2010 when he was filming Fast 5. Oof. Now, whenever people go and sue someone instead of take it to the cops, you're always going to ask questions, especially when this thing happened 13 years ago. But this is what happened. Apparently, he was too fast, too furious. Vin Diesel sued for alleged sexual battery of assistant in 2010. A former assistant to Vin Diesel sued the actor on Thursday, alleging that in 2010, he pinned her against a wall in a hotel suite and masturbated in front of her. Now, the most shocking part of the allegations for me was that it was a woman coming forward saying this.
He's kind of gay to me.
Based on some of the things I've heard about Vin Diesel in Hollywood. But this is apparently the case. Asta Jonassen, that's a weird name, alleges she was working for the actor in Atlanta where he was filming Fast 5 when he brought her to his suite at the St. Regis Hotel and forced her onto his bed. According to the suit, she asked him to stop and move towards the door, but he came over to her and began to grope her breasts and kiss her chest. He tried to pull down her underwear, and she screamed and ran towards the bathroom.
On your left. Come on!
Jonassen alleges that Diesel pressed against the wall and forced her to touch his erect penis and then began to masturbate.
He's kind of gay.
Miss Jonassen was unable to escape and close her eyes, scared of angering Vin Diesel by rejecting him further and trying to dissociate, wishing the assault would end. Hours later, according to the lawsuit, Samantha Vincent, Diesel's sister and president of his company, called her and fired her. It was clear to her she was being fired because she was no longer useful. Vin Diesel had used her to fulfill his sexual desires, and she had resisted his sexual assaults.
I don't know.
She felt helpless, all of that stuff. Now, Vin Diesel's come out, categorically denied anything, said that this is a person that I had never heard anything about for 13 years, and they only worked for my company for 9 days, and is denying anything happened.
I don't know, man.
I think a lot of people in Hollywood are fucking trash. Would it shock me if this was true? No, wouldn't shock me. Again, it would shock me that it was a woman, not a man, that's complaining about this in Vin Diesel's case, but wouldn't shock me. At the same time, this is 13 years after the fact, and it's a lawsuit.
What year was this?
2010.
So 2010 was before, let's see. So 2010, he had a few of, like, he had Fast and Furious under his belt. Listen,
he was filming Fast 5 when this happened.
So I want to give the person credit because, I mean, the person that filed the lawsuit, because they did wait until his net worth was far more than, it was then. And obviously he was worth a good amount of money then. If you believe this, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I reject the premise that you waited 13 years to sue someone instead of going to the proper authorities. I dismiss this completely. This is the problem with opportunists and fake people like this, is that there are, and I don't even like saying what I'm about to say because it sounds cringy every time somebody says it, but it is true. There are real victims out there, but they don't get taken seriously because of pieces of shit that are constantly trying to hijack situations. There are people out there that have real mental health issues, but there's too many people on Twitter that have decided that they want to put mental health in their bio so that they can get fake attention off of it. And a lot of lazy, pathetic people have basically ruined any real acts or real situations with real victims. They've ruined any opportunity for them to be taken seriously. 13 years, get the fuck out of here. But it's going to be treated like it's being treated. There's people that are going to believe that Vin Diesel did this just because an accusation was made. I don't like Vin Diesel. I guess I don't have a strong opinion on Vin Diesel one way or the other. I've enjoyed some of the movies I've seen him in, but I don't care about him as an actor or as a person or as a human being, to be honest. Vin Diesel exists to entertain me, and that's it. I don't give a fuck about his personal life. But I don't believe this just on the premise alone.
Whenever it's 13 years after the fact, whenever it's not a go to the cops thing, whenever it's a lawsuit thing, there's a lot of things that are stacked against this. And again, the fact that I think
he's kind of gay,
like Vin Diesel likes men, that also like that also kind of stacks it a little bit against it for me. But this is something that's out there now, and I guess Vin Diesel is going to have to respond to this lawsuit.
Who do you think is more likely to be full blown gay, Vin Diesel or Chris Evans?
Yeah. Vin Diesel, like I've heard legit shit about Vin Diesel, and I haven't like actually heard that stuff like as much about Chris Evans. So as Vin Diesel,
which makes me wonder, even it makes me more inclined to believe that there is something really going on with Chris Evans.
I think Steph said in the chat that this lawsuit's going to force Vin Diesel to come out of the closet.
Yeah, he's gonna pull like Kevin Spacey.
defense.
Yeah. Oh man, a lot of people are just saying Will Smith to my question. Just Will Smith.
He got murdered.
There was murder in there.
You should not take accusations 13 years later seriously. You just shouldn't do it. It's not to say that it's not possible. It's just to say that there has been so many people out there that have tried to capitalize off these situations that they have made it impossible to take anything seriously that far removed. They just have.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not gay. Come on.